All right, so this is Miss Jackie McFarland. I've gotten to know her a little bit this summer. She's one of the head honchos on the production team here at Hebron. So I've asked her to ask me a couple questions just so we can kind of cover everything that I've done this summer. Just a recap.
Thank you, Sheldon. And it's been a fun summer. It's been an honor and a blessing for us to have you here.
Thank you.
Your attitude of getting in there and doing what you're asked to do, and not to mention your spirit of worship, your sense of just being part of. You threw yourself right into what we were doing. So we are going to miss you, and we're excited though about what God's going to do for you. I really hope that the summer's been, I know it has been, it's been a great summer for you. It's a great place to intern. I've been on staff here 21 years, so I love coming back every day. So I know you've enjoyed your time here.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to seeing what God's going to do in your life. I have a couple things, like I pray that you will always be obedient to God, that you always do what He has called you to do. Don't waste your talent. Don't waste your gifts that you have. Thank you for sharing your heart, sharing your talent, and we are going to miss that voice in this room. We're going to miss that voice in this church, so thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that I got to know you, and it's been fun, and just, everything you do under the Lord. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for having me. Thank you very much. All right, you ready to get started?
I'm ready to get started. Are you?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. What has been your favorite part about being at Hebron?
It definitely has to be the people, just the relationships that I've developed over the summer, between the staff that I've worked with in the office and getting to know all of you guys, and working with the choir on the weekly basis. Everybody here is just so nice and so generous, and it's just been an incredible experience. And it was just really easy to feel at home here because I always felt very welcome.
What are some of the ministry opportunities that you've had here at Hebron?
Where to begin? I guess from the beginning, the first full week that I was here, I wasn't even in the office. I was on the student choir tour with the students, and I got to go with them on that, and that was a lot of fun. So we went to Atlanta for a couple of days, and we did some work around there and presented the program to a couple different groups of people. And then we went up to Kentucky, and we got to partner with some ministries up there. And I think my favorite part about that would probably have to be watching the kids engage, not only when they were doing their presentation and singing and doing the musical and stuff like that, but just with the people that they came into contact with, just watching them love like Jesus would love, being the hands and feet of the church, was just such an amazing opportunity. And then some of the other things that I've done, I got to work with the vocal team during Vacation Bible Camp, which was a lot of fun, which is what you guys obviously call VBS here. And working with them and kind of developing those friendships was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. I think that was the most I've laughed this summer was during that week. And watching the kids worship during that was a lot of fun too. Let's see what else. I helped them build the stage here in the front. We kind of pushed the stage out a little bit and built some new steps, so that was a different experience. Got to do some carpentry and kind of get my hands dirty. And then working with the worship choir was a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, everybody was so nice. It was just a wonderful group to work with, and seeing their heart for worship. Between the band and the praise team and the choir up here on Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights, it's very awesome to see such a huge group of people come together to worship God like that. So that was a lot of fun working with them. So yeah.
I think one of the things I remember about Mission Tour has always been that it's a different group and a different mindset of the kids. You wake up in the morning, your feet hit the floor, and you're running for the whole day.
Yeah.
But I think the neatest thing about it was to see they do what they're called to do. And there's no hesitation. They realize a need, they see a need, and they're in there to help.
Yeah.
So I think that's always been something that's always stood out in my mind about being on tour.
Absolutely.
Vacation Bible Camp. It doesn't get any better than that than here. You know, we all get kind of crazy and do
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and after 4 or 5 days of it, all right, we're done. You're done, you're tired,
Yeah.
and yet you kind of, but you do make a lot of memories.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun music, a lot of good messages, and that's always a fun thing to
It was
do.
a lot
So
of fun.
I look forward to that every year. So, okay, so what's the biggest lesson you've learned from your time here?
The biggest lesson I've learned is probably how much goes into ministry. You know, I've gotten to see a lot of the behind the scenes work at ministry here at Hebron, which is something that I haven't had a lot of experience in. But just seeing everything that goes into the Sunday morning worship services and, you know, everything that goes on at the church pretty much. You don't just throw the songs in a planning center and then show up on Sunday morning and lead worship. There's so much work throughout the week that has to get done and so many people that come together to make that happen. So working along with those people and, you know, getting my hands dirty in some of that behind the scenes work, it was eye-opening for as far as ministry goes, because it's something that it can't really be taught. It's just something that you see happen and that you be a part of, and you get to appreciate just how much effort goes into doing that. So
Yeah, it is a lot of work, and a lot of thought and prayer goes into it
Yeah.
beforehand. And there is a lot of work to do, you know, during the week. And what you do, and I know what I do, is that I have, you know, I get everything set and everything ready for Sunday, because when my volunteers come in to start to run the service, to run the words, run the videos, and so on and so forth, and you see all that stuff, and you go, okay, we're good to go. And then Sunday morning happens, and there's gremlins in here all week long. You come in and say, this doesn't work, that doesn't work,
Right.
whatever. So, but then you have to remember too that, you know, church is going to have more whether
yeah.
any of that other stuff works. So God just kind of shows up in a big way. So we're going to do this anyway. So
Yeah.
service here can be, especially if you're in production, it can be chaotic and kind of crazy. But I tell you, we love worship here. So how do you think your time at Hebron will affect how you approach future ministry opportunities?
Well, Hebron will always have a special place in my heart. Kind of the first place that I jumped into ministry on a deeper level than just kind of being on the praise team or being on the choir. I've learned so many lessons about, you know, practical ministry here, and so I love that about Hebron, and, you know, the people here will always hold a special place in my heart. As far as applying it to future ministry opportunities, you know, there's so many lessons that I've learned that have kind of set a foundation for me, you know, as someone who wants to go into the ministry and kind of pursue this ministry. I mean, it was just a lot of foundational work. So I'm excited to see what God's going to do in the future and how he's going to build on that and kind of where he's going to take me. I have no idea what's going to happen yet, but I can trust him that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I can always trust in his plan for my life. So I'm excited to see where to go from here.
I think one of the things I've seen in you here is that you'll do whatever's asked of you. You throw yourself in wholeheartedly. We have seen that, and that's always a joy to see in a young person that will come up and step up to the plate and do whatever they're asked to do. You know, building the stage, getting your hands dirty, working with people that, you know, sometimes can be a little difficult, but personalities, I should say. But yeah, that's kind of, and those are things that you'll carry throughout. I think you've got some. Yeah, I think you've had some good teachings from John. I think you've had some, you know, your eyes opened about ministry. And it doesn't just happen, you know, it doesn't just happen, but the fact that you've allowed God to show you, and I think you've grown over the summer. You were just a little shy. You kind of started out rocky with your car. Your car was, I mean, you almost couldn't get out of Virginia without, that was fun. You're going to go pick him up on a train. He's going to take a train. So how's he going to get all over the place? You know, we're asking all these questions. Who's going to get a car? How's he going to get here or there? Oh, he can walk over to the bus house because they don't live that far from here. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been great. I'm glad to see how you've grown over the summer. We absolutely loved your worship Love to hear you sing. You have an absolutely amazing voice.
Thank you.
The talent is there. Don't ever waste it. Use it for God's glory. He gave it to you. Use it for His glory. And I think you'll do that with other ministry opportunities that come your way. Be open to what God calls you to do. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure having you here. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss you.
As she plays her part. Sing along with Stephanie. Is that a TV show? I don't know. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, and... The Lamb of God in my place, your blood poured out, my sin erased, it was my death you died, I am raised to life, hallelujah, the Lamb of God. Okay, let's listen to Stephanie play that part and pay attention around, it was my death you died, I am raised to life, okay? So just look along with your parts real quick. Okay, you got it? So it's a little bit different than what you're expecting right there. So let's try and sing it one more time, and then we're going to move on. 1, 2, 3, and... The Lamb of God in my place, your blood poured out, my sin erased, it was my death you died, I am raised to life, hallelujah, the Lamb of God. Death could not hold you, the veil tore before, oh, it's gone, that's the most of sin and grave, the heavens are roaring, the praise of your glory, for you are raised to life again, 'cause you have no rival, you have no equal, now and forever, God, you reign. Yes, you do. Yours is the glory, yours is the name above all. Chapter 2 says, He bore our sins in His body on the cross so that we can die to our sin and live for righteousness. And by His wounds, we have been healed. Stand with us now as we proclaim that truth this morning. There in the ground, His body lay, light of the world by darkness slain, then bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave He rose again. He stands in victory, since Christ has lost its grip on me, for I am His and He is mine, bought with the precious blood of Hear the heart of heaven beating. Jesus saves, and the hush of mercy breathing. Jesus saves. Hear the host of angels sing. Glory to the newborn King, and the sounding joy
Jesus saves. See the humblest hearts adore Him. Jesus saves. Jesus saves. And the wisest bow before Him. Jesus saves. Jesus saves.